Hello, it's me, Alan Scott again. Since the last video I told you we were going to go to the park and take some photographs to compare the Sony and the Nikon, the D300 Nikon and the Sony A6000. Since then I've had a rethink, because I'd planned on taking the Tamron and using that with the Nikon, and using the Nikon 300 with the Sony and trying to compare the two, and it's not a good idea. I think the best way is to use one lens on both the cameras, and that way they're both looking through the same piece of glass, and it will give a fairer indication as to what the cameras are capable of. The D300 was released in 2007, and there's, I don't know how many millions of copies there are, hundreds of thousands anyway, from all over the world, and everybody that gets a D300, regardless of how old it is, they go into raptures over the quality of the colour that the sensor offers. It's a beautiful old machine, built like a rock and still going like a racehorse. The Sony, with not having a mirror, it's not even a quarter of the weight, which is something that I'm starting to appreciate. As I get older and I do walk a long way when I go tracking deer or taking photographs of things in the wood. I get lost sometimes. I just go for miles and miles. And when I take the Tamron, the big lens, and the Nikon, after a few hours of carrying it, it really does get heavy. So I've been looking at ways of trying to make my kit a bit lighter, and I think Sony may be the answer. I'm hoping so, because you can almost squeeze it into a pocket, and it's really light and quite compact. The downside to the Sony, the only downside I can see at the moment, is the battery life. It's only about a third of what the D300 gives you. So, but the good thing is, again, the batteries are very cheap, so there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to stock up with half a dozen batteries, 3 or 4 batteries anyway, and just use them as you need. So we will go and try our luck down at the park and see what happens.